double fine.
Hey everybody, it's Steve with Sky194, and I appreciate you taking the time to visit and check out my video. We're back here in LFM, here at Barcelona, in the longer race. Did a race earlier. I did okay. Got a bad start and it just put me behind, but at least I finished. So I did a race yesterday that I got dive bombed and just got knocked out. It's partially my fault, but I mean, it was just I got dive bombed, and when I tried to rejoin back in after I was wide, then I made contact with somebody else. So it's just one of those things. So we need to get a good start.
Green light. Go, go, go. Car on the right. Clear on the right. Car on the right. Clear on the right. Car on the right. Clear on the right. Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Track's cold, so that's gonna make it tough. I mean, really cold. But at the point where it makes it slicker.
Pit window is opening.
Adjust my traction control. It's definitely greasy. Tried to win with a pretty big setup change before the race. Now I just want to try to hang with these guys.
But I'm late. The fastest lap so far. The car is exiting the pit. Watch out.
Oh!
Car on the left. on the right. Clear on the right. Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Let's go get out of that mess. Not just a mess there. Bumping and banging and
Slow car ahead.
it is slick out here.
Well done, mate. This has been your personal best.
You should turn better than that. Rory's right behind me again.
Car on the right.
Thank you.
Clear on the right.
With these dang guys trying to dive bomb me in a place that you don't dive bomb. tell you, this thing is so dang slick.
Well done, mate. That's not best.
Nice and cool for the motor, but too cold for the tires. It. Lap car in front of me. So bad going over these curves on the brakes. It's slipping. You feel the anti-lock brakes kicking in. Just gotta try to be consistent. Track's also just fast. Also, it's not optimum. Tires aren't too bad. Left rear's a little down, but I don't know. Better. That was weird. Guy's running me down behind me. Better get along here. Good. I know him behind me, but he'll probably get around me. I don't have no grip. Do one more lap, come in. Wow. Man, these curves are literally like they got water on them. It's crazy. Is it getting colder? It must be. see what we can do. Only about half the race left, so.
Mandatory stop is now clear. Let's go, 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 go. We are at the halfway mark, still a long way to go.
Got a feeling it's going to be a wild ride. He gets some more heat in them back tires. But yeah, these curves are just like, it's almost, they act like they're wet. Especially on the brakes. Well, anytime you're on the brakes on them.
The car is exiting the pit.
Oh, Moses got a 30-second. Stop and go. That's the one that was behind me.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Try to jump me on the pits. too deep. I don't know. I don't know if I can hold him off or not. Here he comes. What's to spin up right there?
Well done, mate. Personal fastest lap.
Fighting for my life.
Yellow flag in sector 1. Well done, mate. Personal best.
Keep pushing. 7th has got to make a pit stop. Stay in my delta through here. That's about all I can do. Good, give me some draft. Perfect.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Oh, he got around him really easy. More minutes to go. Thank you. Dang, that was terrible. Back to sixth. arms. Whew. 2 of these in a row. Workout. Especially for us old guys. Man, this thing is sliding. Run just as fast as me.
Slow car ahead.
Don't see one. Still running faster. Dang. Still running quicker than me. He's catching. Stay on my Delta. Got no track warning, so that's good. right.
Gaining on the car, heading sector 2. Well done, mate. The fastest lap so far.
All right. Good deal for this late in the race, I think.
Yellow flag in sector 2. Pit window is now closed. Alright, man. The leader is on the final lap. Give it a final push.
Whoa. Come on. One more lap. Come on, arms. Hold together. The track's still fast, and it's only 9 now. That's why this thing is so slick.
The leader has finished the race.
All right.
Alright, mate. Race is over. Good job. You did the best you could. Take it easy in the 8th lap.
Thank goodness. Ugh. That was a good race. Finished 6th. I don't know where I started. I think 9th or 10th or something. So I moved up a few places. I don't think you had any contact. Had a couple of track warnings. No, nothing out of bounds. So I got a few points there. So that's the only negative about that. But I mean, overall, this is what I need to do. I need to finish because, you know, what happened yesterday, you know, when I got into the wreck, and then, you know, I was so messed up. I mean, I had 10 cars hit me, so it just, you know, couldn't even get back to the pits, so I just stopped. So, you know, that hurt me. I don't do that too often, but, and I was up near the front, not the front, but I was up in the top 10 too, so that kind of hurt. So, but really happy with this, and we'll have to see what the damages are as far as the 2 races, and of course what the setup. Go over that also. So let's check them out. So let's take a look at the standings here, the results from, I'll show you the first race that I was in. That wasn't the one that you just watched. It was one before that, and the weather was better, track was optimum. But I had a little hip check there in like turn 3 or something, and got a little damage there. But so that knocked me down. I started, let's see, I finished 14th, but it's 3 positions down. So I was 11th. I started 11th, but I was all the way down to 20th. All the way down, I lost like 10 positions because it knocked me out, almost out into the dirt almost, and I had to come back, and I worked my way back to 14th. So, a decent result for the start. It was just not a good start. See, my fast lap was a 144.17. So, that's decent, but needs to be faster. Don't need that. Yeah, so it needs to be faster. I really need to be running at least that consistently. If not, maybe getting into the 43s. So that's really what my goal is. So still not where I want to be. Of course, this one we got 15 incident points. Only got 0.03 to my safety rating and 13 to my ELO. So it didn't make too big of a difference. So let's go to the other one. It's not going to go there. It does this every time. So let's go. We'll go over this way. We'll do it this way. Is it this one or is it the other one? Might be my account. That's this one. So let's go to this one. So you see I finished 6th. So really happy with that. I mean, again, really, fast lap. We had that like the lap before or something before the last lap, a 144.99, which again isn't too bad for those conditions for me. You see everybody else was still in the 43s, which is amazing for those slick conditions. Great times. You see Chris Moses, his fast was a 44.3. So again, that's Aston Martin that was behind me. He's really fast. I've raced with him before. He's definitely really good. But yeah, but I was really happy to finish where I finished. Only got 3 incident points. My safety rating went up 0.27, and I got 128 back on my ELO. So it really helped. So we're back up to 7.19, and my ELO's at 1782. So it didn't make up for all that I lost in that other race, but between the two, it made up about 3/4 of it. So, we're still there. I need to do, another few more races and see if I can just get some good finishes so I can move up. But I really need to find some more performance in it. So that's really where I need to find it. Again, moved up, 4 positions. So again, that's good. So, but now let's see what we can do about going to the setup. Alrighty, well, we're back here at Barcelona, so we can go over the setup here. I'm working on a couple different ones, so we'll do this one here, and then I'm planning on doing another race in LFM, and we'll look at the other one there. So here is this one. Now this I got as a LD, which means low downforce. So this is for this doesn't really fit my driving style, but for a lot of people it might work really good. Speed has got like 3 miles an hour more than what my higher downforce setup has down the straightaway, but it just doesn't, handle as if you push it. But a lot of people don't push the car as hard as I want to push it through the corners, and they rather have the straightaway speed. So again, for somebody like that just goes through the corners, it still goes through them okay, but they rather have more straightaway speed. This would fit that bill a lot better. So again, we got 25.1 left sides, 26.7 right front, 26.4 right rear. The toe on the front is a negative 0.25 with the camber at negative 3.6 on the left front, negative 3.4 on the right front. Caster at 11. The toe on the rear is a positive 0.05, with the camber at negative 3.1 on the left rear, negative 2.9 on the right rear. The electronics are 3, 2, and 4. And again, you can have 5 or 6, or just all depends on how aggressive you want to be, or you can go like 4 and 6. That's still not bad. So there's a lot of different combinations you can choose to fit your driving style. Of course, I just did it off of 50 liters because that's what I usually start to race with, whether it's a 25-minute race or if it's the one we were doing there, the pit stop. Mechanical, got 3 on the anti-roll bar, 49 on the brake bias, steering is 13. Springs in the front. Now this is definitely, I spent a lot of time working on these, so they're pretty dialed in, pretty close. Spring on the front is 127,000. A spring on the right is 119,000. The bump stop rate on the left is 600, and the bump stop rate on the right is 500. The bump stop range on the left front is 2, and the bump stop range on the right front is 4. Springs on the rear are 187,000 on the left rear and 174,500 on the right rear. Bump stop rate is 800 on the left rear and 700 on the right rear, and the bump stop range is 10 on the left rear and 15 on the right rear. Anti-roll bar is 4, and the preload is 60. So again, this is something that frees the car up in the middle of the corner. Try to not get overly aggressive, but I mean it's still very linear. Here you might want to, if this is too much, you might want to knock this down to 3, just in case. So, but if it's a little bit oversteery, just take the rear sway bar and put it to 3, and you should be a lot better. Shocks are 1132 on the front and 1121 on the rear, all dialed in by Motec multiple times, and again, since I have different rates for all 4 corners, I got them tied into where you can see they're still coming in all the same, and that's just making sure that everything comes out the same as far as the shocks and the settings. They all are still balanced really well. Aero, you got 54 on the front, 73 in the rear with a 3 splitter, an 8 wing, and a 3 in the brake ducts. And the front aero variation is a 3.9 to the positive. So again, I like it with the ride height up 1, just for the fact that going over some of the curves and things, it doesn't upset it, and less chance of spinning out or upsetting the car. So I really like that. And of course with that, when you go, that makes such a big difference. This is about the lowest wing I've ever run on a Barcelona setup, is 8. And like I said, the speed is a 161 down the straightaway, and that's compared to 158 when you have it maxed out. So you gain 3 miles an hour from a max wing of 12. So, 4 positions down, you gain 3 miles an hour. Now down the other little straightaway, little short shoot there, you don't really gain anything. Maybe 1 if you're at best, maybe, but most of the time probably nothing. So the only thing you're really gaining is down the straightaway. You gain 3, and of course in the corners, it doesn't fit my driving style as much as really attacking the braking zones and corners. It still does good on the brakes though, still really good in the braking zone. But just again in the corners, you can't get too overly aggressive. But it's still very surprising. I mean, it's still very quick. Times are a few tenths off of my other one, but again, so far. But again, it doesn't fit my driving style. So somebody else, it might be fine. So again, I will leave a link to this setup in the description. And again, be looking, still working on the other setup and trying to improve upon it a little bit. And again, wanting to do another LFM race and see how I can do with that. Again, I'm working on my points, still trying to make up for where I lost and try to get my ground back and then some. So again, I hope you enjoyed the video and the race. I mean, I really thought it was fun, and I sure hope you give me a like and subscribe, and enjoyed it, and I hope you come back and visit again really soon. Y'all take care. See ya.